Globe Life Field is the subject of our NTT ballpark cam. That is where the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Texas Rangers will face off in this quick two-game set, just a two-gamer between the D-backs and the Rangers. I am joined now by Arizona Diamondbacks skipper Torey Lovullo, who is always so gracious with his time to be with us. Skip, thank you so much. I want to ask you, you knew coming into this season that you had a special group of guys. You're proving that on the field. What have you noticed so far in the first 6 weeks?
Well, I knew these kids had come up in the minor leagues together and they timed well, and it's just a brotherhood. And, you know, the thing that I'm learning is we're creating an identity. We go out there with a very committed effort every single day, and we do it all in an uncommon way. We know we have to win the inch. We got to win the margins, and these kids understand what it takes to go out and compete every single afternoon.
You guys are second in the National League West, only below the Dodgers, but yet you have a 5-3 record against them this season. In order to get to where you want to be, you got to knock off the giant in the division. What has your squad done well against LA so far?
Yeah, first of all, we embrace that. We understand what it means to go and compete within our division and how important that is. Even though the schedule changes a little, we're not going to play them as much. We know that the Dodgers are looming, and they deserve that. So we went out and played good baseball against them. We were ready. We started the season in a way that that I wanted us to. We went out and we split with them early at their place. We came back and won 3 of 4, and I think we're trying to set a standard here. We've reached a certain level of where we're at every single day, and we like the way we work, but we got to start winning baseball games. And when you can do that against the best teams and use that as a marker as to where you're at, of course it pushes you to the next direction.
And Torey, you're doing it with your legs. You guys are 5th in the league in stolen bases, 5th in the National League rather in stolen bases, and that's a big part of your game. Is that fair to say?
Oh, for sure. We know we have a ton of team speed, and nobody predicted when these kids were getting drafted and they were coming through the system that there were going to be the rule changes. But it's certainly enhanced our ability to go out there and take advantage of the new rules and steal some bases. It's been very successful for us so far this year.
Yeah, and Corbin Carroll, who you guys obviously have a tremendous amount of faith in because you gave him a long-term contract, has 10 of the steals for the D-backs. He is out of the lineup because of a knee issue. Any progress with him? What can you tell us?
Yeah, making a lot of progress. You know, well-deserved contract. He's been a very exciting player for us and continuing to impress. But, yeah, he banged into the wall there in Colorado. You know, we all collectively held our breath, and luckily I think we've dodged the bullet. So there's been some imaging. Everything is very, very good. We just got to check a couple more boxes. You know, if you see that play there, the impact against that wall with the speed that he was running, it was pretty intense. So he's got to do some base running today. We just want to make sure that we check every box and move this thing forward. So hopefully he's not in the lineup today. Hopefully he'll get a chance to win a game for us with a late at bat and certainly be ready after our day off tomorrow.
All right, coming off that bench perhaps, Gabriel Moreno has impressed me. You love the fact that you have a good defensive catcher that can lead a pitching staff. I think that's all you can ask from your backstop is just guide the pitching staff. But this kid can hit a little bit too. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, he does it on both sides of the ball. You know, first our priority is to take care of the pitchers, run a game, establish a relationship, and just take charge in those special moments when you need to. So Gabby's done a great job of that. He's very young. And he was kind of thrust into the situation that he's in because Carson Kelly broke his wrist late in spring training. So he's assumed the everyday responsibilities and done a wonderful job, and he's growing every single day. On the other side of the ball, you know, he's loaded with talent. He's loaded with a ton of bat speed, and he can bang the baseball. So we like that. But first and foremost, take care of the pitchers.
Yeah, 14 RBI in 23 games, and as you mentioned, take care of the pitchers. That is his top priority. What have you seen, Torey, in the veteran leadership, not only from Evan Longoria, but also from Gurriel Jr.?
Yeah, Longo came in. You know, we were recruiting him to try and come in here to be a good baseball player for us and help us win baseball games, and he's done that. He's done a really nice job of controlling the zones, getting the pitch that he's looking for, and drive the baseball. On top of that, I know there's conversations every single day. They're with me, they're with every staff member and every player that he feels like he can make better on a daily basis. So that's been invaluable. Gurriel Jr. has just been going by example. He's controls the at-bat. He understands what it takes to win the at-bat every single day. So still quiet leadership, a quiet presence inside of the clubhouse, but both guys have certainly helped us in a direction that we feel like we need to be pushed into. And those are the small conversations that make young players better.
Yeah, that quiet confidence, sometimes that speaks volumes more than a cheerleader in the dugout and in the clubhouse. Let's focus on the pitching a little bit, Torey, because Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly have been pitching like aces all season. Zach Gallen, of course, with the scoreless inning streak. Where would this club be without the two of them?
Yeah, I mean, they're 1A and 1B, right? They start at the top for us, and they go out every fifth day and give us a chance to legitimately win a baseball game. And, we feel like we can go out and win any baseball game at any time. We're that talented. But, it's just a little bit different when those two guys, with the experience that they've had and where they're at right now, they're both very locked in. Zach is just, throwing the ball on the edges consistently with 4 different pitches. It's been a great run for all of us to watch. On the other side of it, Merrill, who came off the WBC, maybe a little hangover, had a couple of outings where I don't know if he was particularly pleased with that, and he's very self-motivated. So after every start that he has, he does a great job of dissecting what he's done right and wrong, and then he gets better the next start. So they're both in a good spot right now, and we look forward to their return every 5th day.
I guess if you are looking for any sort of place for improvement for the D-backs, it's perhaps the starting rotation after Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly. You have a guy making his major league debut tonight in Brandon Pfaadt. What can you tell me about him, and what are you hoping for?
Yeah, we're all super excited about that. We've got a core of very young starting pitchers, a group of young starting pitchers inside of player development that have just been developing through the years. A couple of them have arrived, a few of them, Tommy Henry, Dre Jameson, and Ryan Nelson, and Brandon Pfaadt's the next guy in line. And I think he was a year behind them draft-wise, and he caught up to them quickly. So just pounds his own with really good stuff. The fastball command is well above average. The secondary stuff is an assortment, and he can land it at any time. So getting him in here, getting his feet wet, following a game plan, he's going to be just fine doing that. We're looking forward to watching him get to work today.
Yeah, your top prospect as far as the pitching side is concerned, number 51 prospect overall per MLB Pipeline. Okay, before I let you go, I have a kind of a strange question. I remember when Albert Pujols got DFA'd by the Angels. I'm like, are you kidding me? He's a Hall of Famer who just got DFA'd. Not to say that Madison Bumgarner is a future Hall of Famer, but he's had a tremendous career. How does that conversation go down, and how difficult is that?
Yeah, well, for me, you're right. I think he should be get Hall of Fame consideration. He was a leader for 3 World Championships in San Francisco. It was a very tough conversation. I'll never forget my time with Bum. Everybody knows him as an unbelievable competitor, but I had some time to get to know him and what makes him tick. And there's greatness that's in his body. I hope he lands on his feet and pitches again, but the conversation was tough, and I was very thankful. He turned to us inside of my office, and the front office was there, and he said, "I'm sorry I didn't pitch better. I came here to do a job and I didn't do it." And he was apologetic. So it just shows you what a kind, compassionate, caring human being he is, and we get to see that side of him. The world sees a competitor every 5th day on the mound, and just a beautiful man, and I wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah, he's given baseball fans a lot to like over the course of his great career. Torey Lovullo, thanks for being with us. Best of luck against the Rangers today in that quick 2-game set. We appreciate your time as always, Skip.
All right, Alana, I'll talk to you soon.